my channel. So today I have prepared a selection of fragrances that I adore for hot summer. For years, I've been loving citrusy, aromatic, fresh scents for summer. That is my absolute jam. I'm just lately slowly getting into these florals and more fruity scents, and that's something I'm just still learning and discovering for myself. But these are the fragrances that I just adore for a heat of summer. Please bear in mind that all of these are unisex. Some of them can be perceived as masculine leaning depending on your personal taste. So let's get into it. First of all, I would like to start with this one. I was gifted this one last year on my summer vacation in Italy. And whenever I get whiffed of it, it just transports me there to that vacation. It is just this absolutely divine combination of eucalyptus, mint, lavender, immortelle, fennel, and there's a little bit of sweetness, like sort of ambery sweetness from the labdanum, I think. But it is so fresh that mint and eucalyptus create this almost icy kind of feel to it. So it is absolutely perfect for hot summer. And since the notes are, as you heard, very unisex, uh, I can equally see it on a man and on a woman. Let's continue with this one. If you can see the dent, I can tell you that I've been spritzing this one for many summers now. This is either second or third bottle. Truth be told, I have completely forgotten which one it is already. This is a aromatic, warm, spicy fragrance. I mostly get the cassis with bergamot in the beginning. There's pink pepper and cardamom in it. I also get a little bit of ylang and patchouli in here. But mostly it is just this warm, spicy combination of cassis, cardamom, and touch of ylang. It is so refreshing and so warm, and I just love it. As you can understand, if I've been buying so many of that, so many bottles, I've been loving for so many years. See, I even stutter when I'm talking about it. Now this has been, you can see the dent. I love this. So in order to love this fragrance, you need to love anise and licorice, because it's a lot in here. And this is the main key reason why I love it. So it creates this a little bit sweet, spicy one, you know. So here we have, like I said, licorice, anise, mint, lavender. There's a little bit cumin here, bergamot. There are florals in here, but I personally don't get so much of them. Also some tiny bit of hay and tobacco and woods. It is not a leather fragrance. The name of the fragrance is quite misleading. I would say it is this sweet, warm, spicy fragrance. I love it for the anise and licorice. This one is indescribable. I have put it here, though I wouldn't say that it's, it's not, it is absolutely not spicy, not, maybe I wouldn't say aromatic or what, but this is my Yeah, I still got it. I'm looking at the dent, I still got it. This fragrance is indescribable. I love it in summer. I love to wear it myself. Though, if I get a sniff from a man, this is the number one sexiest scent for me on a man. Like, I would need to leave the room if a man smells like this. Like, only my man can smell like that because it's just so. It's such an arousing scent for me. I absolutely adore it. The notes here are cedar, green notes, seawater, and salt. But let me tell you, I mean, it's been described on Fragrantica as this woody marine, but this, I mean, it is absolutely indescribable. I'm not even going to get into it. You have to try it yourself to have some sort of perception of it. Um, this is similar like Paisley. This is yet another one that I have huge dent on because this is Hemingway by Histoires de Parfum, and it is marketed, I think, towards men. This is a fresh, spicy, aromatic scent, but I absolutely love it because of the juniper in here. So I think because of the juniper, black pepper, and bergamot, it can be perceived as masculine scent. There are notes of iris and orange blossom in here, um, and maybe a little bit of vanilla. I don't remember all of the notes there actually are listed. Yeah, there was a vetiver also, which can be, therefore perceived more masculine, but I absolutely adore it in a heat of a summer. I mean, the dent says it all. If we continue here, this is something I got recently in Milan. This is yet another gift that I have received in Milan. And yes, it reminds me of Italy, of course. So this fragrance is just delightful bouquet of Mediterranean flowers, fresh citruses, there's ginger in here. From florals, there's ivy, lily, ylang ylang. There's a little bit of patchouli and benzoin in here, but all in all, it is such a divine, aromatic, fresh. It is, it just completely transports you into a vacation in Italy. Now, this fragrance, which is called 00 AM, let me tell you, this is marketed towards women. It is in a black bottle, and that black bottle is so misleading. Looking at the bottle, I imagine some kind of, night, maybe bed story kind of a deal, maybe some kind of passionate moment in the middle of the night, but this is not what the fragrance is about. So this fragrance is a citrus aromatic meant for women, but I think it is completely unisex. There are a bunch of notes in here. I'm not going to list all of them because there are so many. There are many citruses in here, and red fruits, and peach, and apple, and even coconut. And it all is so well blended with, spicy notes. There's aromatic clary sage, and there's coriander and cardamom in here, and also there's amber. I mean, it is sort of, all of the notes, which are so many in here, just makes it it's very hard to explain because when I'm wearing it, I get a lot of aromatic citruses and then those fruits coming out. It is just absolute perfection for hot summer, regardless are you a man or a woman. Let's continue with a classic, shall we? So this is a fragrance that's been on the market for years. I got it in Germany. It's a great representation that brings me back. But this is a very, very classy citrus aromatic. I just love the neroli and petitgrain in here, and those juicy citruses together with lavender and rosemary. It is gorgeous. I mean, no wonder it's still a love for so many people. Um, I mean, you can get this fragrance in huge bottles if you like it. Um, I I really, really like it. I think if you love citrus aromatics, this is a, great gain for not a huge price. So I'm just thinking, could we go further? So this one is a very unique one. Um, I guess it's not for everyone, but I instantly fell in love with this. This is so, so unique. I cannot wait to wear it. I adore it. I absolutely adore it. So this is a very weird, unique combination of like chopped fresh mint and cannabis leaves. And then all of this greenness is combined with mouth-watering passion fruit, grapefruit, and rhubarb. So if you would imagine that in mojito you're chopping all the mint, so imagine that you would just have that mint, and cannabis here is more about the greenness. It's not the smoke, you know? It's more, if you would imagine those super green leaves just chopped in a bowl, and it's not just for mojito, just amp it up. Have a huge bowl of green leaves and then add those fruits into that bowl. That is how it smells like. It is absolutely mouth-watering. It is so divine. It's not tropical or what, but it's equally green and equally fruity. It's so unique. I mean, it's not for everyone, I get it, but there is a little bit of sage and woodiness maybe in a dry down, but all in all, it is such a unique creation. I fell in love instantly, and good Lord, give me that summer days that I can wear it finally. Let's talk about this. This is Ostens. It is called Patchouli Heart Number 1. So don't be mistaken, there's patchouli number 2. This is a number 1. And this Ostens is very, very, very fresh aromatic one. So imagine a lot of lavender, which is combined with immortelle, patchouli. There's a little bit of rosemary, rosemary in here. And there's a little bit of labdanum as well. But all in all, you have this super duper dose of lavender and those little bits of sweetness of immortelle and labdanum. I, since I absolutely love immortelle, I really get it in here. If you love those notes, try it out. I think that it is great for summer, though I would say this fragrance is good for any weather if you are up for anything like this. So let's continue with another one which I adore. This I last year I fell in love with Anatole Lebreton fragrances. I adore them, and this is a unique one. You have to really like such a fresh, aromatic, kind of a dusty scent, because what it is about, it opens up with a fresh bergamot and lavender, and then I get more and more of the elemi and labdanum and patchouli and the moss. You know, they come out, and all together it kind of, it is fresh, aromatic, and at the same time it's smoky and sort of a little bit of dusty and earthy. um, I mean, Grimoire is meant of a, I don't want to now make a mistake. It's some kind of old book or old Bible or something along these lines. And really, it does bring you back into this vision of maybe old library with dusty books or something. Or I imagine Catholic church, maybe in old one, where you know, you walk in, it's slightly a bit cold and maybe a little bit dusty. It is very unique and really beautiful. Here I have a travel of Dusita, Dusita Erawan. So I have a little bit left. So this fragrance from Dusita is green and mossy. So I get a lot of oak moss and very dry hay with cedar in here. It's sort of herbal from the clary sage also. There's some kind of a greenness from petitgrain, but you know, it's sort of earthy and mossy and herbal. You have to try it if that's something of your jam. And now I want to talk about this lineup here. I will just briefly mention Daim. I'm not going to talk about it because I have talked about this scent in my video about leathers and suede for spring. So if you want to know about this scent, go on and watch about it in that video. But it is also a wonderful take for the spring. And if we continue, I would like to talk about this one first. So Épices is a gorgeous, warm, spicy, aromatic scent. It is a beautiful blend of myrrh and elemi. There's patchouli and cardamom. You get a little bit of coriander. I get also a cedar and a little bit of musky nuances, but it is just so aromatic, so warm. I personally really like it more for the autumn, but I totally can rock it in the summer as well. It is my favorite from the house. I'm so lucky to have this bottle. I cannot be more grateful for Marie from Miskeo for gifting this. Ah, j'adore. It is divine. Divine for any weather. And another one that I've been gifted by Marie, and this fragrance, I have to admit, at first I was slightly bit put off, but now this is actually my scent of the day today. It is such a unique one. So the reason why I was a little bit put off in the beginning when I first tried it was because the opening of this fragrance is very, very green, and then it settles. And if I would make a picture, what I have from it is I imagine being somewhere in a wild field. I don't know, some kind of what do you call it? Rural area. So in this field. So I'm in a fresh, outside area where I get the sniffs of wild flowers. I get the violet and I get the narcissus in here. There's a little bit, a touch, a teeny touch of sweetness of a raspberry peeking through. It's very interesting, at least on my skin, all of those notes, those wild flowers, those violets, those narcissus, they kind of intertwine. I don't get them, in all of them together. I get a little bit of this and then a little bit of this. It's kind of changing on the skin. But what I really, really love about this fragrance that it really transports you in realistic kind of mm, a image. Unfortunately, my microphone died, so I will just finish off with two honorable mentions. So these are two travel decants. If I would talk about all the men's fragrances I have in my collection, we would sit here all day. But this is Amouage Sunshine for Men. It is wonderful combination of lavender, immortelle, clary sage, juniper berries. It's all wrapped up in this beautiful, slightly boozy vanilla. There's a little bit woodiness in there and a little bit of citruses, but all in all, it's just so wonderful, aromatic, just divine. And this one that doesn't have a sticker is a Fougere Bengale. I had a bottle and I gifted it to my man, and I got a decant of that bottle. It opens up with this fresh aromatic lavender, mint, a little bit of ginger, and then the fragrance develops into this oak moss and hay and patchouli with a little bit of tobacco there. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. I love it. I think that anyone can pull it off. So these were my fresh, aromatic, citrusy scents for summer. Let me know if you love any of them, if you have tried and didn't like them. I'm really curious to know your thoughts. So let's talk in the comment section and see you in the next one. Bye.